Okay, guys, so I was gonna make dinner, so it might be a little bit loud. The kids are just in the other room. I have this window open and the traffic, you can kind of hear it. But whenever we lived in Georgia, there was a place that we used to go to, I don't remember the name, a butcher shop. And they would make this like stuffed pork loin that was super good and like super inexpensive. I guess they were just like trying to get rid of the stuff, I don't know. But in the middle of it, so it's basically like a spicy sausage that were, you know, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. In the middle of a pork loin that was kind of filleted open and then wrapped in bacon. And then all you do is bake it, right? So you can look up stuffed pork loin, things like that to, you know, make up your own recipes and see what they say. But, so I don't normally find the kind of sausage that they would make because it was basically Italian sausage, but it had jalapenos in it, so it was like jalapeno sausage and maybe some you know, garlic and other things. I just add jalapenos, so if you're going to make this recipe, it's super easy. I just grabbed 2 jalapenos from the garden. I don't even know if these are spicy. Last year they were growing right next to lunchbox peppers and they all tasted like bell pepper because that's basically what a lunchbox pepper tastes like, so these guys got real weak. But this year we left them by themselves with another serrano plant, so hopefully they're spicy. We'll see. I'm probably going to use about half of this pound of Italian sausage. I did get mild just to start with because I want the flavor to be that, not so much the kind that's already spicy. So I just got mild, but you can use whatever you have. I have some bacon, and you're going to need almost a whole pack, but it just depends on the size of your pork loin. And then I have this center cut pork loin, it says, and super good price. Crazy. But sometimes when you open these up, it's 2 pieces. So I hope, you know, either way I make it work. But just to get started, I'm just going to chop up my chile here. And I'm only going to use maybe half of the sausage because we don't want to be too gluttonous, right? I mean, it's a little much, but you can use whatever you like if you want to use the whole thing. And I'm just going to dice this up. So however you like to dice. I'm not any kind of chef here. I just chop it up kind of small. And I'm leaving the seeds because it smells spicy. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't sure if these are spicy or not. And I'm not about to just eat one just to taste it. My husband's usually the one that'll sample it and then tell me if it's spicy or not. I would never just bite into one. So I'm going to chop them both up and I'm going to put them in a bowl and I'll be right back. I just put them in this little bowl here. Again, still haven't tasted it. I'm probably not going to taste it. Hopefully it's a little bit spicy. Little spice to it. Okay. And I'm just going to use half of a pack of this. Oh my gosh. This is a really great way to use your knife. And again, I'm just going to eyeball this, so I'm just going to grab some. Ugh, this one's really fatty, so it's kind of gross, sticks to your hand a lot. And again, this is just Italian sausage, but you can use whatever you like. And I'm just going to mix that through until the chile is all throughout the sausage. So I have that mixed through here. This is so fast. I'm telling you, we're almost done. Like, crazy. I guess you could salt and pepper this. I've never done that because I just put the stuff on it and then I cook it. So, I mean, if you want to put some salt and pepper on this, go ahead. So I just, you know, it's one piece, which is nice. I don't really care. So what happens is I'll just come in here and it depends on, well, okay, because you can open it up around itself like this, or you can open it up flat like this. Do whatever you think is easiest. I'm going to go in right here. So it's kind of like opening it up just a little bit. This thing is huge too. And then I'm just going to go back towards where my hand is. And it's going to open this thing up. But open up however you like. Fillet it, whatever you want to call it. However you like. See? And so now it's kind of flat. And you can even pound it with a mallet just to make it softer. Whatever. Again, this is your food, not mine. Well, this one's mine. But, so I'm going to take that little jalapeno sausage now that we've made it, and I'm just going to kind of pat it out and really make sure it gets to the end even. It's not going to be the biggest thing, and it's just going to be in the center and looks cute, but it's not really like the most, obviously the most meat is from the pork loin, but this is just kind of something fun. So again, that's what I was saying. If you want to do the whole thing, go ahead. And I'm just going to bring this back over onto itself. And see, it popped out right here, but we are going to take care of this. I don't even know what this is. It looks kind of funky. But now it's just kind of in a roll. I'm going to wash my hands because I'm going to touch the bacon next. We're almost done. This is so fast. So I'm just going to grab some strips of bacon just to have them out here because I don't want to really stick my hand back in the package. But this is about, I don't know, maybe a pound. No, the whole thing is a pound. So, okay, maybe this is half a pound. I'm just putting the strips apart so I can grab them and work with them. But you know, any bacon. I don't really care for the thick one for this recipe, to be honest. I like the thin, cheap bacon, but whatever you want. And I just kind of will take the first one and tuck it under and then roll this around. This guy's really big. Usually one pound, like half a pound does it, but ooh. Again, that weird little meat that's hanging off the side here, I'm gonna tuck it up as I'm working. And you can have like, if you want to wrap it with string to help you, you know, I have never done that. I have some, I just never. Normally what I do is I keep spiraling it around and around, like wherever I left off I'll bring the next one around, but I don't really want to mess with this because it's so big. But a smaller hunk of meat would probably do this faster. So like I said, I'll just keep like going under and start the next one, But this time around I'm just kind of, I'm telling you, this is like the best thing ever. It's so good. I hardly make it because, I don't know, it's just a lot. But it's easy, and I mean, you can tell by this video, it's not very long. And if you find jalapeno sausage already ready to go, you don't even have to do that, you know? But, so I'm going on about half a pound of this bacon. Ooh, so good. So I'm gonna bake it at 375 because that's what it says on the packaging. But again, there's lots of stuffed pork loin recipes you can find. I'm gonna get another piece. And they might tell you, you know, a little higher. It's gonna be a little bit longer. This one says 15 to 20 minutes per pound. But since we stuffed it, that middle part also has to get heated all the way through. So this pretty lady is gonna go onto this pan. I'll just pick it up right now. Show ya. Oopsie. Let me wash my hands so I can show it to you. Okay, there she is. I just put her in a pan, shallow roasting pan, on a little grill, but a lot of, or grill, whatever you want to call this, a rack, but a lot of times I don't even have this. I just put it down. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's kind of gross because obviously all the fat that's dripping off will be sitting there with it, but it doesn't affect the taste or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in the oven. Again, 375, 15 to 20 minutes per pound. I think this thing was a couple pounds. But on top of that, basically all I care about is putting my meat thermometer in there and making sure it's hotter than 160 in the middle. And then you're good to go. So I'll get that going and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Just checking in with it, and it will be sizzling and going off because there's bacon in there, which means you're gonna have to clean your oven when you're done. But this is a little Wolfgang Puck oven. I got on HSN a long time ago now. Doing great. But anyway, so I will keep an eye on her. I tell you, she just looks better and better. Supposedly I have about 15 more minutes left, but hopefully you can see how brown and nice, sizzling, crispy. Okay, so it's been about 45 minutes now, and since it's nice and brown, but it's not cooked all the way through, it's like 130 on the edges, but like 110 in the middle, which is always how it is on the ends, should I say. I'm gonna cover it with some foil just to not have it turn too dark, but otherwise I usually just let it go. I don't care, but since I'm showing it to you guys, I want it to look pretty, so I'm gonna cover it, but and then just let it keep cooking. Okay, I know this looks a little bit gangster behind my cooktop. I always put just this metal pan thing so I don't get splatters on my backsplash. I know I told my husband we should have got a stainless steel backsplash back there, but anyway, who cares? So I'm gonna let this rest. It is perfectly 160 in the center, and it's a little bit warmer than that on the edges because that's always what happens. They are smaller, they cook up faster. So I'm gonna let that sit for, you know, at least 5 minutes, just like any other hunk of meat. You don't want to cut right into it because then all the juices come out. So it took about an hour and almost a half. So yeah, usually when you stuff it, it doubles the time, if not maybe just a little extra of the time. I did want to show you these beans though that I have in this pot now. These are not cooked today. I cooked them the other day, but so they're leftovers, but I put in this nice little pot so you guys can check it out. But let me get closer to that because these are my frijoles charros, or I don't know if you want to call them ranch style beans. They're not really, that's not what I normally call them, but let me take this lid off. And I'm just gonna hold this thing here. And these are pinto beans. Basically, you cook them up and then you put, well, it just has more bacon, cilantro, tomato, and onion, and a little cumin, a little, what else do I put in there? Obviously salt and pepper. What else? Oh, a little garlic powder, I think. But they're so good. So I think it's gonna pair up with that meat really well. But I will cut it in the next clip here. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. I'm just gonna try to cut I don't know which side I don't want this to move. I have this tripod right in front of me. I don't want it to tip, but that would be really bad. So I'm just gonna take this and cut right down into it. Sorry, a lot of times the bacon, you know, it's a little bit crispy, but it's still squishy, so it's kind of hard to cut through it. And I bought the smallest knife I have. Look at that. So cool, and then it's so good, you guys. So hopefully you try it. Like I said, you know, it was like a 5-minute prep time. Obviously it took a while to bake, but really, really good. And I'll serve it up with some of these beans, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now. Okay, I am destroying this. I just have to say something about it just because, you know, I showed you guys, but so the pork meat, you know, it's really nice and soft. You got the little crunch, little crispy crunch from your bacon on here. That little sausage in the center, it's just that little jalapeno flavor like goes into the meat. It's awesome. And that's kind of what I was telling you at the beginning. Like, I don't remember ever putting salt and pepper on it to season it, but you can definitely do that. You can put it on the meat, you can put it on top of the bacon after you wrapped it. I mean, whatever. But bacon to me is salty enough, and like I told you, I have a whole thing of salt will last me like 2 years. Like, we just don't use that much salt around here, but you know, to your taste, of course. I did put a little pepper on it right now just because, I don't know, just to compliment it, but it's so good. You guys have to try it. So I just wanted to come back and say something about that because I'm like, oh yeah, look at this, but it's so good. All right, guys, be well.